to reach the place where even if something that you really want has not yet manifested, that you feel joyful anyway? Well, wanting that is a good thing, because when you get to the place that unfulfilled desires feel fresh, when something that you want calls you in that good way rather than hounds you in that bad way, when your unfulfilled desire feels like it did when you were 2 or 3 or 4, then you have returned to the vibrational stance that you have always intended. You understand from your broader non-physical perspective that there is no question about you being able to receive anything that you desire, because from that vantage point you understand your deservability, you understand your worthiness, you understand the laws of the universe, you understand that when you ask, it is always given. So from that vantage point, there is no angst in your vibration at all. There is curiosity about what you might be stimulated to. There is enthusiasm about what may unfold. There is anticipation about how it will unfold. There is eagerness about all that will unfold. But from your non-physical stance, before you got here into this body, and even now from that vantage point, there is not a particle of discouragement or worry about things not yet manifested, because it is so clearly understood that all you have to do is focus and relax and allow it to be. In your physical format, you get caught up in all kinds of confusion. A lot of it hinges around a feeling of competition. You worry that someone else might get your prize, when in reality there is prize enough for everyone. You are the creator of your prize, and the universe will deliver it to you. And so it's not possible that you could be deprived of something that you want because someone else achieves it. That could not possibly be. In fact, the universe expands in direct proportion to the desires that you conjure here. Source energy stream exists in its powerful focused force because of your focusing of your desires. So over time, those of you who have been listening to us for a while have heard us expressing that there are 3 steps, simple steps really. Laws are like that, aren't they? Simple in theory and a little trickier in application. But step 1 is ask, and you can't stop doing that. You do it all the time. Preference is born constantly out of your observing and remembering and focusing, imagining. So step 1 is a sort of automatic step that you couldn't stop doing even if you tried. Your asking is the byproduct of your living in this focused environment. Step 2 is not your work. Source answers what you ask for. It answers the cells in your body. It answers spoken requests. Source answers not spoken requests. Source answers your vibrational signal, your preference, your desire. Step 3 is what this gathering is all about, because step 3 is about you bringing yourself into vibrational alignment with your desire. And the reason that often physical friends are not in vibrational alignment with their desire is because they're focused upon something other than their desire. Now think about it. Law of attraction says that which is likened to itself is drawn. So if you want something and you're focused on that something that you want, then you are offering a vibration about that something that you want, and you are fulfilling all 3 steps. You are fulfilling the 2 that are your responsibility, and source is fulfilling the other. So then you say, well, there is something I'm missing, because I believe that there are things that I desire that have not come to me. I've got stuff in my life I don't want, and there's stuff missing that I do want. and I'm pretty sure that I'm thinking about what I want. And we say, not possible. If you were thinking about what you want, in time you would develop such a vibrational habit around that it would have to be yours. In fact, you can be sure that whatever you are getting is what you've been thinking about. But then you say, can't be true. I have a disease I never thought about. Never even heard of it till they assigned it to me. How could I have been thinking about this thing if I didn't even know it exists? And we say, you develop patterns of thought which cause you to offer patterns of vibration which equal what you are living. And what manifests is always an accurate reflection of the thoughts that you've been thinking. It is helpful if you think in terms of the vibrational essence of the thought that you are thinking. You might not have assigned it a name, but if you are focused upon the absence of well-being in some area of your life, and you have held your attention upon that enough that you've sort of, we like to say, beat the drum of it, meaning you develop a vibrational cadence. It's where your thoughts easily go. It's where your conversations easily turn. It's just the way you feel about this or about this or about this or about this. Those practiced conscious or unconscious vibrations then become your point of attraction, and what you're getting matches that perfectly every single time. So, it's really a wonderful thing when you realize that, because then you can start watching for evidence of your vibration. Now, there are two ways to watch for that evidence. You can wait till something manifests and then say, oh yeah, I recognize that. Or, you can pay attention to the way you feel and say, oh yes, I can feel what's coming. Your emotions are these fabulous indicators that let you know what your vibrational content is. And your emotions feel the way they do because of two important vibrational factors. The factor of desire, which is the summoning power, and the factor of allowing, which is the letting what you've summoned flow or the not letting what you've summoned flow. If you really, really want something, you're summoning energy in a stronger way. If you've wanted it for quite a while, you're summoning it even more. If you think about it often, you're summoning it specifically. So, just like you can take a spectrum of light and focus it into a very powerful laser beam, you have desires that you have focused into very powerful laser beams. So the more focused thoughts are the thoughts where the energy moves faster. And in that faster energy, any contradiction shows up more. Just like if you're driving your car 100 miles an hour and you hit a tree, the tree is a bigger factor than if you were going 5 miles an hour. So the two factors that your emotions are always letting you know are how focused the energy is by virtue of your desire, and how your normal thoughts around the subject resonate or don't resonate with that desire. Easier way to say it is, what's my attitude or what's my mood about such and such? When I think about my body, do I love it? Am I grateful? Does it annoy me? Does it embarrass me? Do I praise it? Do I love it? Do I condemn it? Do I adore it? Do I hate it? Do I compliment it? Do I criticize it? In other words, what kinds of things do you say about your body? Do you stand before the mirror and love what you see? Or do you stand before the mirror and feel embarrassed or unhappy or even hateful about what you see? When you think about dollars, do you feel joyful when you think about dollars? Does the subject of dollars make you feel free? Do you feel eager and enthusiastic about dollars? Do you feel afraid when you think about dollars? Are you worried about dollars? Are you angry about dollars? Are you embarrassed about dollars? Are you fitful about them, worried about them, eager about them, happy about them? When you think about your money or the greater economy, are you grateful for economy? Do you love it when someone thrives? Are you jealous when someone thrives? Do you feel happy for a friend succeeding? Do you feel unhappy about your not so much success when you see a friend succeeding? Do you blame the government? Do you blame the economy? Do you blame your employer for not paying you more? how do you feel? It turns up in all these different ways. All day, every day, you have opinions and attitudes. Most of them you didn't even figure out on your own. You hung around with somebody else, who hung around with somebody else, who hung around with somebody else, who hung around with somebody else. And often you've developed an attitude about money. You know, there's a pervasive attitude about money that says rich people somehow are inappropriate. They've done something wrong. How dare they succeed and point out to me my lesser success? Or even worse, how dare they succeed and take such a big piece of the pie that the rest of us are left with crumbs, or maybe nothing? If you are not sure what your vibrational essence is, we understand why you might not be sure, because most physical friends have not been noticing the emotional correlation between thoughts that just feel normal. In other words, when you woke up every day and you heard your mother say something, and you trusted your mother, she gave you food, she gave you shelter, she seemed like the vortex through which a large amount of your well-being flowed, and so she seemed like someone to listen to, and she was bigger than you, and she always thought she was right, especially in the beginning. And so you began to pattern your thoughts around the same kinds of thoughts that she was thinking, because things went better for you when you did that. When you disagreed with her, it didn't go as well. Then when you went to school, there were others who wanted your agreement. And as you get out into the world or into your own relationships, there are others who want your agreement. And so you find yourselves, bless your hearts, upside down and all around as you are trying to conform to the primary stream of thought relative to subjects. You want to do what's socially acceptable, for you do not want to be an outcast, and you want to do what's politically correct, because you do not want to be an outcast, and you want to do what your family expects of you because you don't want to be disinherited, and you want to do what your religion says because you don't want to be disavowed or to go to hell, which is far worse than any of the other things. And so most of you have been using standards or measurements that are outside of you and that have nothing to do with you in order to try to formulate your thoughts or opinions or attitudes or actions. And in the process, what has happened is you have picked up an incredible hodgepodge of beliefs, some of which serve you, some of which do not, but most of our human friends feel powerless in what comes to them because they've been practicing this vibration and practicing this vibration and practicing this vibration and practicing this vibration and picking up thoughts and beliefs based upon the evidence that the society produces around them, and now you find yourselves often with a whole bag full of beliefs that are not serving you. This is the greatest message. As you hear this, this will free you from vibrational resistance. As you hear it, internalize it, and then practice it. The thing that is most hindering, you look at what people are living, and you gather your evidence or statistics, and then you claim it as true. You say, it must be true. They warned me about that, and sure enough, it happened. And what we are wanting so much for you to hear is that what anyone is living, you included, your culture, your environment, your society, your city, your family, your person, what anybody is living, the truth or the evidence that you are producing is only the truth that manifests in response to the habit of vibration that you offer. So when you look out into your society and you see something wanted or unwanted and you proclaim it as true, which is the reason that you give that others should think about it, write about it, talk about it, understand it, and accept it as truth, do you feel how screwy that is? That's like saying, there's something out there that I do not want, but because somebody else created it in their experience and it became their truth, now I must beat the drum of it and make it my truth too. And we say, fortunately, there is a variety of truths for you to pick from. Fortunately, you are the creator of your own truth. Fortunately, no one can write a book. No one can start a movement. No one can center a religion. No one can say, these are the things that are important for you to do and these are the things that you must not do, because no one knows the mix of intentions and the mix of beliefs that you hold. You get to choose all.